Hey guys, it's Godbars here, the self-proclaimed hip-hop historian, and this is the 357th episode of my series, where I grab a vinyl from my collection, talk about why I love it, what influence it has, and what its place is in the grand scheme of hip-hop. So similar to how the last act I covered was sort of on the outskirts of the Wu-Tang Clan circle, today we are returning to the fittingly named duo Black Sheep, who sort of existed in that second wave of native tongues acts, alongside Brand Nubian or leaders of the New School, who all came around at the start of the 90s, opposed to the core members like A Tribe Called Quest, Queen Latifah, De La Soul, and Jungle Brothers, who all debuted in the 80s. I've talked before about how the early to mid 90s was a highly transitional time for the native tongues, who were by no means abandoning their roots of positivity and Afrocentrism, but most of the acts involved were definitely taking more of a confrontational and rugged approach to keep up with the times. And you can hear that in projects like 1991's De La Soul is Dead by De La Soul, 1993's Black Rain by Queen Latifah, as well as the LP we're discussing today, Black Sheep's 1994 sophomore album, Nonfiction. Though, to be perfectly frank, even the 1991 debut I previously already covered from these guys, A Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, which I'll leave a link for down below, was already pretty gritty and boom bap inspired from the get-go. There wasn't quite as big a focus on the themes of peace and love that the movement they spawned from was built on, but as I delved into with my last upload, Drace is a thoughtful and talented lyricist who still showed a clear knack for socio-political commentary, which proved a perfect match for Mr. Lange, who's always displayed a keen ear for sample looping and flipping, which not only bled over onto their sophomore effort here, but it arguably got even better. This combined with the fact that Drace was at his peak as an MC has always made me wonder why nonfiction is so ridiculously underrated, which is a term I know I tend to overuse, but this thing is practically never mentioned in any hip-hop discussions. Plus, it may be the only vinyl I have in my entire collection where a typo ended up getting through onto the spine of my record, and I have no clue if that's just the case for me, but I have to assume that all of these pressings have that same defect. This very well may have just been another case of a quality 1994 rap LP that ended up getting swept under the rug a bit due to game-changing masterpieces like Illmatic, Ready to Die, and numerous other heavy hitters from that year, largely taking up the spotlight and ultimately leaving some of the lower profile releases like Nonfiction here in the dust. However, in my opinion, this sophomore effort has aged just as well as many of the top releases from '94, with static, high-energy raps full of clever schemes and wordplay, over production that ranges from grimy and noisy to more jazzy and introspective. I want to show just how witty and skilled Drace can be with his pen on this thing, and the moment I chose to exemplify this claim comes towards the back end of the project. In fact, it's the very last track excluding the outro, and it just so happens to feature some of the best performances on the entire LP, as well as an absolutely stellar instrumental. He kicks off this killer opening verse with Black Sheep, in your house, party people you remember, the two that served your whole crew like the bartender. It's Dynamic D, don't you panic, cause we won't stop until hip hop is all it could be now. You can't chex it when I flex it, yo I wreck You're turning me off like a naked anorexic. I gets jazzy baby, if you're blasting maybe you can. See me and Mr. Lange to drop the flavor loops like toucan. Then Mr. Lange takes the mic for a spell rapping, it's the genuine 9 and then some, rolling with the sheep, but yo, we all can't come, because the part be on that old strict clientele. Dissing more people at the door than Jessica and Miguel. Now if you're peeps of the sheep, then we'll let you in. But if you didn't buy my album, then you're not my friend. I recommend you step back to the end and watch me catch wreck like fat people breaking wind. Then our lead MC comes back to finish off the verse, giving us a short but sweet set of bars with Black Sheep. We're mighty like ISIS, my man. I slam nice. Yes, more fly than Shazam. I am Drace. DRES. Roar without a floor. I pound clowns who walk on sound for encores. Me and my man since '83 making this fast buck act up and get broken when I'm open like a Mack truck. Slamming ya on camera like Gamera, it's iller. Cause you never knew the sheep could catch wreck like Godzilla. While 100% of the production here is handled in-house by the duo, they did recruit a few contemporary MCs for guest appearances, including Image, Chi Ali, Michelle Valentine, The Legion, Sweet Tea, along with Showbiz and AG. When it comes to my honorable mentions for this one, I want to recommend songs like Autobiographical, BBS, Do Your Thing, Freak Y'all, Gotta Get Up, Let's Get Cozy, Me and My Brother, North, South, East, West, Some of the Time, and Who's Next. Then, as for my overall top 3 favorites, I'd have to narrow it down to tracks like City Lights, Without a Doubt, and EFFECT. Thank you for watching my 357th video. Next time we have a super dope LP from an underrated crew I bet you probably haven't heard of. So look for that one, and if you enjoyed, be sure to like, subscribe, and let me know what moments you enjoyed the most off of this dark horse. Don't forget to have a great day, and I'll see you next time, okay? Holla.